Delta 1 here. Essentially, what we're doing right now is I just did the fluid change in the transmission. It was milky, as expected. Um, being honest, the transmission was worse than the engine. Um, Mostly because whereas on the 3.6 there's a little cubby where the oil pickup is. Where on the on the transmission, it's just all flat and there's nowhere for it to accumulate. But essentially, we just finished doing a fluid change on it. I did not show that primarily because that is a great way to get into a pissing match or with a keyboard warrior. Um, Essentially, what we're doing is I bought enough fluid to do a pan drop twice. So essentially, like it says, limp home mode is in off position. And I'm pretty sure the reason it's in limp hold mode, okay, now it's in enabled. And I'm pretty sure it's enabled because of this. I'm pretty sure it's in limp home mode because this is, okay, no, they're all stored. I bet if I turn the wheel, they won't be. Okay, then why are we in limp home mode? Is it because the DTCs are in the system? It's doing the thing you did turn it. Oh, it's already turned it off. Let's see here. No fault codes, no brake codes. We don't want to go live data. We want to go back to transmission. I don't know how much of this you guys can see. We want to go back to the transmission. Push. Push. Oh my god. We want to go back to the transmission. And we're going to go back to live data. And I won't be able to do a level check. Okay, limp home mode just became active again. It just reactivated limp home mode. I'd have to see what that request is, what's causing that request. Okay, it's going back and forth in active and inactive. That might have been it trying to learn everything again. Yeah, that was it relearning. Because now it's not active. Limp home mode is not active. We're going to basically shift through all of our gears. And I'm going to take it down the road. Give it a few runs from a dig. And I'm not going to show that. Right now I'm just shifting the throttle. I don't have a handbrake or a locking brake for the rear, so I can't essentially power brake it. Well, actually I can. I'm not going to do it in the parking spot though, but I can essentially power brake it. But I want to go in the, if it lets me click it, there you go. Essentially I want to go into my live data for my transmission, and I want to basically see, all right, we're not in active limp mode. All right, right now it's going back and forth in active, and I think I know why. I think if I turn the wheel, yeah, there we go. I did that, traction control came on, and if I go back, we're stuck in active now. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're stuck in active now, and the reason we're stuck in active, I'll show you why. Oh, goodness gracious God. We want to go back into the ABS module, which is in the chassis. And, no, scrap. Confusing what I want to do with the transmission with the ABS. These codes are now active. They reset every time you turn the engine off. But basically, it's an internal failure of the clock spring module is what it is. And I probably can actually show it to you what it's doing in the live data. And essentially, in your steering position sensor, all right, it's invalid status. Right now, we should be at 0 degrees or somewhat similar. Right now, there's no way in degrees that we're running at 369, because 360 is essentially a full circle. So it's saying right now full lock left is 180 degrees, 190, almost 200. And then essentially back straight, which is back at 360, which is essentially straight, 360. And we go full lock right, holding it right. We're at 819, 820. We're in the red. We're beyond the maximum. Now, essentially, if you are, even if it doesn't go by proper degrees of 0, and we go, let's say 108, we're sitting at 0, and we're sitting at 360, and it goes 180. Well, essentially what it has done is gone 180 degrees out of sync. Well, what you would think it would do is that if you turn to the right, instead of it going, actually that's not right. That's still well more than 180 degrees. That went from a negative 360 to a positive 180. So that was more than 360 degrees. So basically, the steering wheel is saying that I'm turning the wheel well more than, hold on, wait. Yeah, it's saying that I'm turning the wheel well more than what I should be, and I'm not. So, by the way, I don't know if I remember to tell you guys, but it essentially programmed itself. The tires essentially programmed itself. I think it's around 20 miles an hour where it does a self-check. But that's it. I'm going to do a run around with this. I'm not doing a temp check. I'm not doing a level check. There's a real big debate on this topic when it comes to the truck. Because essentially, this automatic transmission is set up like a manual transmission, where you have to check the level with the plug on the side of the transmission, and there's a temperature, and there's a debate on what that temperature should be, or if that's actually right. Another debate is that these transmissions, you can do a fluid drop and feel without having to wait on the temperature. That's in the service manual itself. Whether or not it's right, I don't know. Mopar wrote it. I'm not judging it. But you can get into a real big fight with keyboard warriors on that note. I just noticed that this windshield has the Ram symbol on it. Just noticed that. So I'm going to try my best not to crack this one. I'm pretty sure this windshield costs an additional $100 and $200, maybe $300 more than what a normal windshield costs, just because that one symbol. And maybe because of this as well. But we're about to do runs with the truck to not check the transmission level, but I have enough fluid to do another. I'm not going to do a pan drop. I'm just going to do an oil drop. Spill and fill. I'm going to do a spill and fill. Is what I'm essentially going to do. But that's what we're at. That's what we're doing. I'm going to try to get it to where I can get on the main road so I can get through all 8 gears. I'm going to try to do it twice. But that's what we're going to do now. That's where we're at now. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are wanting this truck to be done, as well as liking to see that this truck has been road ready. I did drive it to work last night, so we're gonna do this and try to get this old girl back to full health. All right, peace.